Hi everybody, Paula here and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I have what I think is an interesting and good episode. How many times have you walked past one of these puppies in the produce section and said, what in the world is that thing and how do you eat it? Artichokes. I'm going to prepare them today. And I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make an artichoke, cook it, and now you'll never be intimidated again. It's a little tedious, but nothing that's too much to handle. Since I was a little girl, my grandma would make artichokes, and I would love eating them. My kids love them. They were a staple at Easter. I will say this, I do not buy them if they're more than $3 each. I got this bag at Sam's, and I believe it was 4 of them for $5, which is a good buy. When I find them like that, that's when I get them. Don't spend $3 for an artichoke. Trader Joe's will often have the small ones, which are good too. It's a little tougher to stuff, but they'll be really reasonable and maybe easier for you to handle if you're first starting. But don't be afraid of artichokes. They are really good. So I'm going to get everything together and we'll come back and get started. This is not complicated at all. We are going to cut the stems off, which are thick. And when you're getting artichokes, you want to get artichokes that are nice and closed. All the leaves are pressed together flat. You don't want them open and wilty. So I just take my knife, get that stem off. You want a nice flat bottom. And I take off, I'd say that's about 1 inch off the top. And sometimes you have to turn the artichoke to get it to go nice. And then this is what you're looking for. Just a flat top. Like the barbershop, flat top. And then you could take these bottom ones off. I use my kitchen shears and you just cut the tips of the artie. That was pretty easy. There wasn't much to that. There have been times where I'm going in a circle and cutting and cutting and cutting. And here you go. You have a nice creamy interior. Your ends are cut. Let's do another. Take the top. Nice. See that in there? Pretty. And you just go in a circle. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm going to show you something else on the leaf too, because you don't eat the whole leaf. There's just a little piece that this right here is, you use your teeth and peel it right off. Let me, all the ends there really didn't have too much of it. It's meaty and it gets soft, and you use your teeth and you just peel it off. I know some people are like, really? For that little bit? But there's just something satisfying. Sitting there, peeling an artichoke and using your teeth to get the little bit of meat off the end there. See in there, all nice. And you just trim the ends off. This way it's not beat up. You want it to all be pretty. When I was little, we would either Palm Sunday or Easter Sunday. Palm Sunday was always nice because my grandpa would bless us with holy water and palms, and he was so happy to do that. He would stand up all proud and sprinkle holy water on the palms and then say the blessing and sprinkle us with them. Those are just cherished memories of wonderful family gatherings. And then we would eat our Easter meal, and I would get my artichokes. And they're just so pretty. They're nice and tight, which is what you're looking for. I know some people will steam them with lemon and butter. The smaller ones, I don't really eat them like that. I like these with breadcrumb mixed with olive oil and grated Parmesan cheese, garlic, salt, pepper. And I call that the mother stuffing because we stuff our mushrooms with that. Or when I make bracciolatinis, which is a rolled, thinly sliced piece of London broil. Oh, that's good. Our arties, so that olive oil breadcrumb stuffing is just so good, steamed inside this artichoke. And my sister-in-law is the one who ate it that way, and now we all eat it this way too. She saves the stuffing on her dish, and when you get to the heart, you pull the fuzzy off, and she puts the breading on top of the heart. Oh boy, it's just so good. Now, we're going to wash these, and you want to open them and get the water in there good and then turn them upside down. So I'm going to situate you by the sink so you can see how to wash an artichoke. Alright, you want to cool water, and you put it on low. You don't want to spray everything under the sun. And I stretch them. Just clean them, get in between those leaves. Just give them a stretch. And you turn them head down. Stretch them. This, we'll put together the breadcrumb mixture and get these stuffed and into the pot to start cooking. It probably take about an hour. I never really timed it. I will now though. And again, I'm going to, hold on, I want to cut that one. I missed a little bit. I don't measure in, when I'm cooking like this, I fly by the seat of my pants. Alright. And there you have it, a clean artie. let's put together our breadcrumbs and we'll bring you back when I have all that mixture ready to go. Sorry about that. Before my battery rudely took a dump on me, I was just here squeezing my garlic through my press and into my breadcrumbs. Oh my gosh. I have no more hand strength. Oy. Here we go. Going through. And there's one more right here. Let's get that all out. And then I scrape all the garlic from the inside as well. You want every bit of it. And oh, it has some aroma. Okay. Next up, cheese. We don't skimp on cheese. It gives it a lot of flavor. A lot of flavor. Okay, that's 3 big tablespoons. And your pepper. I try to get it more on the finer grind so you're not getting big chunks of pepper in your bites. And again, this is all subjective, what you like. You like a lot of pepper, you like a little pepper, you like a lot of garlic, you like a little garlic. You like it salty, you don't. But the one thing you can't skimp on is the olive oil. You need that olive oil to make a bit of a binding stuffing. Not like clay, but it has to be able to be nice and moist. And yes, I will taste it because I taste everything to make sure it has the proper seasoning. And it'll clump when you mix it. I just want to make sure you're, yes you are. And that's alright. I just use my spoon and kind of smash it. I'm going to add a little more olive oil. And if you make too much of this, you can put it in a baggie and stick it in your freezer and save it to make stuffed mushrooms. We'll make more artichokes. Just freeze it. Don't throw it away. A little more. I'm going to use some extra virgin. Again, you don't want it clumped, but it has to have that moistness to it, a nice moistness. It smells so good. Let me get a spoon, give it a taste. I think it's perfect. Actually, I'm gonna just one more of cheese because there's no such thing as too much grated cheese. And please, please get cheese like this. Don't get that green junk in a can. That stuff's disgusting. I buy it by the chunk from either Costco or Sam's, and I grate it. I just hadn't made my bulk run yet, and I was in a pinch, so I picked some up from Trader Joe's, which is Just delicious. No issues at all. Okay, I have my pot here. I'll show you how we stuff. Let's make sure you're in there good. I'm going to zoom you just a bit. I want you to be able to see exactly what's happening here. Okay. I just take it and you push it in. And yes, it's messy. It is messy. Don't worry about that. You push it into the leaves and you open them and you push them down into the leaves. Use your thumb and push them in. You don't have to get every single one, but you want a nice amount of stuffing in there. And just use your thumb to push it in. Grab what comes out, push it in. There you go. And now you get that down in there. That's a stuffed artie. And then into the pot. We'll do one more and then I'll finish up. Just get your excess that fell. Stretch it. Push it in. Here's Violet at my feet. Open some breadcrumb falls and she'll lick them up. Did I hit you? Okay. There we go. In. You're using your thumb to dig it down in there. See that? Nice. That is one tight artie. Stuffed beautifully. Food is such a beautiful way to show how much you love and care for friends and family. And it really gives me so much pleasure to watch people sit at my table and enjoying a dish I prepared. I put myself wholeheartedly into everything I make. And I hope people feel it when they sit at my table and enjoy a meal, because it really makes me happy. The table is the essence and the heart of family and friends and love. And I enjoy doing this. Alrighty, I think that looks good. Let me get some over here. Alrighty, friends, I'm going to finish up and then we'll show you how they cook. Be back in a bit. We have them in the pot. Now, this is not an issue. Because of their size, all four don't fit flat. But that's okay because as they cook, I'll rotate them. I have my trivet down because you do not want to burn the bottom of your arties. So you're going to cook them at a low flame. And I just add my water, not to my stove like I did, to the pot. And you put a low flame. Let me just wipe that. Alrighty. And I like it, well, first let's get it to boil. Once you have it boiling, then you can lower the flame. Can you see that water in there? You bring it to a boil, and then a very low simmer. Like I said, about an hour. But the best way to test is you pull a leaf. If they're done, it won't give you any resistance, but you taste it, and that'll be the true tell. It'll be a soft bottom. So we'll let these come to a boil, and I'll show you what it looks like when they're going. We have achieved liftoff. It's boiling. You can see it's bubbling. I will lower it to a gentle simmer. I will not walk away and leave it on its own because I need to monitor the water level, and because I will rotate the artichokes so everyone gets a chance to be in the tub of water there and no one gets left out. So I rotate them, but I'll cover it, and if need be, add a little more water, and I'll time it to see the exact amount before they're ready. And when they are, we'll come back. So our arties have been cooking for about an hour, and it pulls out like a dream. And let me turn it around. That little bottom quarter of an inch is what you want to eat, and it is delicious. But it's not even close to dinner time yet, so I'm going to shut them off, and I'm going to just let them sit while I start preparing, and I'll keep the cover on. There, on the hot side. But let's see if you just want the bottom part. That's good. And that's what you got left. Oh, I love artichokes. That is so good. You folks will not be disappointed. I promise you. We'll be back when we're serving. Here is the beautiful artichoke. Each leaf has a lovely bit of stuffing tucked in, and it becomes a creamy, delicious filling as you pull each leaf. That's the meat that you want, and it's just a lovely side and a hefty side. Make sure you leave room for it. And way at the bottom, in between all these layers as you go around and around, is the heart. I hope you enjoyed. learning about artichokes, and I hope you're not intimidated by them anymore. And I thank you for joining me, and hope you come back again soon. Have a good one.